Okay, so firstly, can you tell us a little bit about your experience working on this film?
It was really fun, actually. Really good crew, really nice environment to film. Really people that worked hard, really cared about the project. It was a labour of love, and it was wonderful to be a part of something that people cared so much about. And I had a lot of freedom in what I brought to the role as well. So it was a lot of fun.
How so? What kind of freedom?
Well, I could make suggestions. I could change bits of the script if I didn't like it. If there was if my character was going one way and I didn't really agree and think, and there was a few times where I was like, this doesn't make sense, like why would he be doing this? So I'd be like, Phil, like should we look at this, reassess it? And Phil was like, yeah, you know, it's as much as your movie that it is out. So it was a real collaborative effort.
Good stuff.
It's a difficult role though because it's all in the one setting, like you are kind of on your own for a lot of it.
Oh, tell me about it. I spent most of the movie just shouting at bloody screens. It was difficult from that perspective, but again I was lucky that I had such a great director to kind of to help me out, because it can get quite difficult being on your own for most of the film, just shouting at the screens. But I think it works.
How did you prepare for it?
You forget about yourself and you put yourself in that reality of that character, and you play every single moment as it happens. You just play the truth.
But would you do the same in the same situation? Would you act how he acts, or react rather?
Interesting question. How would I react? I think I might be a little bit... It's hard to tell how you'd react in that situation because it's such a fight or flight situation. Part of me thinks I'd be more scared, and half of me thinks like if my girlfriend was trapped, I'd be like balls to the wall, fuck this, like I'm doing it. So I probably would react the same. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how did you find doing the physical stuff in it? Because obviously it does get quite physical.
Oh yeah, they had a nickname for me on set called Fin Smash because I'd break so much stuff. I broke about 4 windows, I nearly broke my ankle. I was constantly running around like smashing things like, where is she? Where is she? Yeah, I just kind of threw myself in there, and I think that's the only way to do it really. Otherwise you just like a pussy.
I mean, when you run kind of down the escalators, I just thought, oh my god, this guy's going to break his leg.
I did. When I ran down, I did actually, because we kept on doing it again and again and again, and there was one time that I actually like clipped on it, and yeah, I sprayed my ankle. Poor Finn.
Oh, bless your heart. So, do you want to do more kind of things like this?
Hey, look, if the script's good, the film's good, and there's passion behind it, I'm up for I'm up for creating with many people.
But are you a genre fan?
I am a genre fan. Yeah, I do like.
Being a Pride Fest, you kind of say you have to be.
No, I am. I love horror movies. I love horror. I love sci-fi, and I love fantasy.
Give
if
us
it's
titles.
done right. Titles.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. So I just watched this film called Jodorowsky's Dune. It's basically a documentary about Dune, the fantasy film, but it was never made. And that's a really, if you're a huge sci-fi fantasy fans, I recommend you watching it because it's a wonderful story about how Hollywood weren't willing to put the money into this kind of epic, controversial film because it was too out there. One of the films I like.
What about horror particularly?
I watched this amazing Wes Craven film, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Fucking amazing, man. I've seen that maybe 3 times now, and every time the fear and the level of evil in that guy's eyes and in his tone is just, it's an amazing. I wouldn't even call that a horror movie. It's more like a political thriller. Like it's so great.
Quickly, what have you got next?
What have I got next? Still filming Thrones, season 5 of Thrones. About to start a BBC job called Life in Squares, which is set on the Bloomsbury Group, which is this kind of very famous Bohemian literature. No, there were kind of a bunch of Bohemians back in like the 19th century that believed in kind of art and poetry, and so I'm doing that. That's a lot of fun. Great thing to be a part of.
Wicked.
Great.
Break a leg and well done.